Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Rob. Thanks for coming in and checking out the channel. Welcome to the game in progress. So, it's the Pirates franchise, and we are currently, my settings are set on dynamic, considering how poorly I was playing on Legend, so I figured I'd just blow things up and see how things go. So, right now, as you can see, it's the bottom of the second. We're up 1-0, so let's jump right into the gameplay, shall we? Hope everybody's having a good week. It's hump day. We're halfway through the work week. At least if you work Monday through Friday, like I do anyway. So, as you can see, we've got those 79 Pirates road unis on. So, let's see what we can do. Really looking forward to MLB The Show 23. It's going to drop here in about a month, give or take. Really looking forward to the Negro League storylines with that. Buck O'Neil is going to be the one I'm really wanting to play with, considering I'm up here in the KC area. So, but all of them look pretty fun, so ought to be interesting. So 0-2 the count now to the cleanup hitter for the Cubs, Patrick Wisdom. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Wilson. Fouled out of play down the right side. So that was a lovely foul ball. Let's see here, checking some things here real quick. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Close that. Working on trying to do two things at once. It's not working very well at the moment, so I apologize for that. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's get back underway. Back to live action, as it were. So, alright. Let's see if we can't get Wisdom to chase this. Back up the middle. And a little off. And I've been playing the tech test too long. So that was a poor throw. Button accuracy. Just a little in the yellow. And of course, Vogelbach could not recover. Alright, so I'm pitching Hall of Fame level. So that's what I'm at on dynamic. So fastball misses low. Sinker, actually. 93 mile an hour. Wilson Contreras, the 5th place hitter. So we'll see what happens here. See if I can recover after that poor throwing error. And that's blasted out into the gap. And that's going to get all the way to the wall. They're sending him home. Here's the throw. And he beats the throw, and the game is tied. So, just like that, it's 1-1. That was not a good pitch, and he just blasted it in the gap. It wasn't that bad of a pitch. On the corner. Fouls off the fastball. It was just in off the plate. Former Royal Frank Schwindel steps in 231 with a bomb and 3 RBIs on the young season. Royals are in 2nd place in the AL Central. What? You know how bad last year's Royals were? So, I know how bad last year's Royals were. Thankfully, I wasn't able to watch them because I've got YouTube TV. And you couldn't get Bally Sports on YouTube TV. And now this year, Bally Sports is probably going to go bankrupt. And they're still trying to get people to slow roller to short, across to Vogelbach for the out, 6-3, no runner advances. So 1 man on second, 1 out here in the second. But anyway, They're wanting to do like $20 a month for Valley Sports KC, and I'm just like, I'm not paying $20 a month to watch. And last year, from what I understand, the streaming service for Bally's, and once it actually did go live, halfway through the year, half the time it did not play very well, had streaming issues or buffering issues, and would cut off if it was a lengthy game and go right to previously scheduled content, and could never get any answers from customer service. So I was just like, yeah, the way that's working, I don't think I want to have anything to do with that. Never mind the fact how poor the product is on the field for the Royals currently. And of course, they're wanting to have a downtown stadium with a publicly financed, don't really know about that. So, as you can see, I've got my Chiefs Super Bowl champions hat on. So, that came in the mail today. That was a heck of a game, though. Royals, the Chiefs. The Chiefs and the Eagles, that was a hell of a game. Jalen Hurts showed that he is a very, very good quarterback. In a lot of ways, he outplayed Patrick that game. In a lot of ways. He didn't completely outplay him because he did have that, unforced fumble, which turned into a very much needed 7 points for the Chiefs. But Patrick just seems to have that little extra gear, I guess. Even when they're down, he just seems to always just. And obviously, they lost in the Super Bowl a couple years ago against the Bucs, and the offensive line was just decimated. They were playing with their second and third string linemen, basically. Let's take the first strike, 0-2. And that's, Tampa took advantage of it and won, and I love the Chiefs, I love the Bucs, so that Super Bowl really sucked for me. I couldn't enjoy it at all. Because either way, one of my teams was getting trounced. But, it is what it is. But I had no such qualms about rooting for the Chiefs against the Eagles. And that's going to be a 4-3 putout. Second baseman crossover to first. And there's Nick Madrigal, the former White Sox. So 1 up, 1 down here in the third. Andrew Knapp steps in, the backup catcher, starting today for Roberto Perez, who's getting the day off. Salvy's already got 20 RBIs. Trout leading the American League with 24. Miggy with 19. Seth Brown from Oakland with 17. Austin Meadows, Detroit for 16. Wow. All right, so 1-0 to the ninth place hitter for the Buccos. Score tied at 1 here from Wrigley Field. 1-1 pitch. Or rather, it became a 1-1 pitch. Jeez. Watch what you're doing, Rob. So anyway. And that's laced into the left center field for a base hit. The center fielder's over to get it. Back in a hurry. Get 1 out single. So there's a man on first, 1 out. Here in the top of the third. Need to see what the batting difficulty is on right now. I know it's still dynamic, but I just need to see what it is. Veteran plus. So that tells you how well I've been batting. That's just. Ugh. See, most of the times the pitching is not an issue. I can pitch on pretty much any level against the computer. It's just my hitting is not exactly the best. That's a little lazy pop up in the center, but it drops for a base hit. So 2 on, 1 out here. So anyway, as I was saying, the Super Bowl was a really good game. It was just It was a shame somebody had to lose. I'm glad it was the Eagles, not the Chiefs, I'll be quite honest. But, I'm not going to be that magnanimous about things. But it's just, this is the golden age for Chiefs football. It really and truly is. And that's a fly ball to left fielder's back. He squeezes it for out number 2. The runner stays put at second. So there's 2 on, 2 out here as Alec Mills tries to get out of this jam here in the third. And that brings up Brian Reynolds, who's hitting .323 on the year with a homer and 5 RBIs. He grounded out his first time up. So, everybody has their opinions about, the Super Bowl and the field and of course the penalty, which, you got some people that say, well, you can't call it there. I'm just like, if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. And if it should be called, it should be called. If it's not a penalty, don't call it. Anybody that says you need to swallow your whistle right there is just ridiculous. Now, having said that, the officiating here was less than consistent. And I've said this before. They do not have full-time officiating crews. 20% of the officials are full-time, the rest of them are part-time. And that's why the consistency, I think, in large part, is so poor. Because you've got guys out there that are, older than me, and I'm in my 50s. There's guys out there running up and down the field with these 20 and 30-year-old guys, and they're not always in position. It is what it is. You got guys that just, quite honestly, shouldn't be out there at all. But until the NFL gets full-time officials, you're going to continue to have these problems. Now, never mind the fact that the NFL is now partnered up with, gambling sites, and oh yeah, that's not an issue either. So, you want to talk about just the optics of it are horrible. You've got part-time officials. I don't know how much they get paid. It's none of my concern. But the optics of it are just, you could possibly think that the officials could be bribed. Doesn't mean it did happen. Doesn't mean it has happened. Doesn't mean it will happen. But all it takes is one. Like Tim Donaghy, with the NBA, all it takes is one. Swinsky grabs it after a nice little lunge there at the end. So 2 outs here in the bottom half. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. So it's not a good look for the NFL if there's even the possibility of a inkling that there could be something fishy going on with the officiating. But, it's their $1 billion industry. They'll do what they want. They're not going to listen to some schmo on the internet like me who's got a very minimal audience at best. Generally just me. So I'm probably talking to hear myself talk at this point. But it is what it is. And the pitch fouled off down third base side. Ball boy grabs it, throws it back in. And Rafael Ortega is now 0-2. We're 1 pitch away from getting out of this in the third. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. from Bryce Wilson. Check swing called strike 3, and that retires a side. So 3 up, 3 down in the third. To the fourth we go, all tied up at 1. Vogelbach, Tucker, and Marcapato. I cannot remember his name. Tucapito Marcano, there it is. And Alec Mills. Only 33 pitches through 3 innings, so not making him work very much. I really need to work on that. Wisdom, Simmons, Madrigal, and Schwindel around the infield. Former Royal, Schwindel over there at first. Also a former Tiger, if I'm not mistaken. Sinker misses low, and it's 2-0 to Vogelbach. Swing, and a fouled off the circle change. So it's 2-1 now. I was really geared up for a fastball there, could you tell, with that very early swing? Another changeup in the dirt, and it evens up at 2-2. So, what did I say about not being over-aggressive at the plate? Slider misses inside, and the count is full. Cole Tucker waiting on deck. Here comes a payoff pitch to Vogelbach. Fouls off a sinker. Ooh, Benintendi knocked in 6 in a win over the Twins. Of course, now he's with the White Sox. Circle change, misses inside, and I drew a walk. How about that? That's a walk. My kingdom for a walk. So my name's Rob. Thanks for coming in, checking out the stream. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Hope it's been a good week for y'all. It's middle of the work week for me. Fouls off a sinker. Strike 1. Last game, Tucker was 2 for 5 with a pair of singles. Mills checks Vogelbach at first, and the pitch. 1 hopper to short, 6, 4, 3 double play, and just like that, that erases the leadoff walk. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on. So baseball is officially underway, spring training anyway. So Royals had some bad news on the injury front as the guy they were expecting to at least compete for their starting center fielder position, Drew Waters, who they picked up in a trade with the Braves last season. He'll be out about 6 weeks with an oblique strain, and those things have a tendency to linger. So we'll see how long he's affected by that. So 4-3 put out. So the bottom half of the fourth we go. Hap, Wisdom, Contreras due up for the Cubbies. Beyond that, J.J. Piccolo basically said they were punting on this season, so they're looking to 2024 and 2025 for the Royals to be competitive. So what does that tell me? That tells me as a Royals fan, it's going to be a long summer in Kansas City. So here comes the first pitch to Ian Happ, the third place hitter for Chicago. Taken for a called strike at the bottom half of the zone. I just love those uniforms, especially those hats. I was about 10 years old when the Pirates went to the World Series wearing those unis, and I just absolutely love those unis. And I'm not a Pirates fan, but they spoke to me. I still remember that. Still remember a lot of those guys off that team. Rennie Stennett, freaking Dave Parker, Kent Tekulve, John Candelaria. It was just one of those teams. Pops, Willie Stargell, towards the tail end of his career. And strike 3. There's a first out here in the fourth. So, yeah, I remember watching. It was a big deal to stay up and watch the games, back then. So, because they weren't on, every day. Back in my day, sound like the old man screaming at the clouds. Back in my day, you old whippersnappers. But, you had the Major League Baseball game of the week, which was usually on on Saturday afternoon. And if you were lucky, you got Monday night baseball, with Howard Coast Sal. And, when I was growing up, there weren't a whole lot of games on TV. TV money has really changed the game. Because even as recently as, like the early to mid 80s, the Royals had they actually had the highest payroll in Major League Baseball, like 14, 15 million. That tells you how the money has changed. It's 14, 15 million. That gets you a bench player nowadays. Fastball misses low. 2-1 now to Wisdom. Cleanup hitter for the Cubbies. He's 0 for 1 on the day. So, yes, I'm old. Leave me alone. Called strike 2. It counts even at 2-2. See the Yankees beat the Tigers 6-5. The Twins beat the Royals 4-2. Daniel Lynch takes the loss. The 2-2 pitch. Fouls off the sinker. So we're up to 39 pitches so far. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Oh, and that's going to be gone. I left it up, and it got hammered into the cheap seats here in Wrigleyville. So not exactly the best. Not exactly the best thing for me to do, but, it is what it is. So just like that, we're down 2-1. I better get my hitting in order. It wasn't a no-doubter, but there was no doubt about it. So, all right. Just got to have a short memory. And, wow, you're going to squeeze me like that, Blue? All righty then. Michael A. Taylor hitting 350 early on for the Royals. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off. Counts 1-1 now. Travis went 1 for 4 with an RBI in his last game. A 1-1 pitch. Fouls off a sinker. Counts 1-2. So anyway, what was I talking about? Heck, I don't know. The heck with it. I can't find it. Yes, that's a very censored version of Harry Doyle in Major League. The very entertaining Bob Uecker. That's one of my favorite baseball movies. I got a lot of favorite baseball movies, as you'll come to find out if you listen to me talk about them at all. But, Bull Durham, Major League, Field of Dreams, Long Gone. Long Gone is probably my favorite baseball show, my favorite baseball movie. It was an HBO original, if I'm not mistaken, and I cannot find it anywhere. Oh boy. Left that one up. And so much for pitching well. So, alrighty then. Well, we're down 2 runs now. Almost down to veteran, or all-star rather, on the pitching difficulty. So I keep pitching poorly. It should help. At some point, I would hope. Alright. Let's see if we can get this slurve to catch the corner of the zone. But anyway, Long Gone. Little Big League is cute. Rookie of the Year is cute. There's all kinds of baseball movies. I grew up with 80s movies, so, that's the kind of stuff I'm... Oh, boy. That's going to pick him... Yep. Oh, he held on. I am just not throwing the ball well right now. got used to the tech test and having to really watch where it was going, and now I'm back on just the regular, 22, and I'm not throwing the ball well. So, 'tis what it is. Here comes the first pitch to Hayward, who's no longer a Cub now. I don't even remember if anybody picked him up, to be honest. If you happen to know, let me know in the chat, but I do not know. I do believe he was cut after this past offseason. Marcano, can he get to it? Over to first, retires aside. Well, pair of two run homers. Pair of solo homers, knocks across two. And it's a 3-1 game as we head to the fifth. Gamel, Sawinski, and Knapp due up for the Buccos. Really need to get the bats moving. Let's go, boys. All right. Slow roller down the third base side and stays foul. Heck of an at bat so far. Back up the middle, through for a base hit. Leadoff single for Gamel. That's a good start to the inning. So hopefully we can rattle these bats and get some runs across. Do we have? Yeah, we do have the DH. I just couldn't remember. Because we didn't have the DH in Diamond Dynasty last year. So I couldn't remember if we had it in franchise, but we do. Taken for a called strike one. Hitting a brisk 137 on the year. 1 homer, 6 RBIs. Like I said, doesn't hit it very often, but when he does, fouls off a sinker, and it counts 0-2 now. All right. No speed on the bases, so slider misses inside and counts 1-2. But baseball season is here, and way early on the circle change. Like I said, I'm not hitting the ball real well right now. Really got to get in the lab and figure out what I'm doing. What I'm doing is hitting poorly, not letting the ball get to me. I'm not having a very good approach. So we'll see if we can't change that here in this game. Hopefully. Fastball misses low, and it counts 2-0 now to Andrew Knapp. Fouls off the circle change. Let me guess, I was late. Late on the changeup. No, I was early. All right. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Oh, thank you for calling that a ball, but it should be 2-2 instead of 3-1. I'm not going to complain about it as Brian Hayes waits on deck. Here comes a 3-1 delivery from Alec Mills. And that's in the dirt for a walk, and there's first and second with 1 out. As the lineup turns over and the leadoff man, Brian Hayes, steps in. He's 1 for 2. One of the few hitters in the lineup that's hitting over 200 for the Bucks. That tells you how well I've been hitting. Fastball over the outside corner, called strike one. So, all right. Come on. Swings through a sinker, and it's 0-2 now. Not really doing real well at this point. Still. And that's going to drop in a little excuse me swing, so we've got the bases loaded with 1 out. Wasn't going to chance it. So we've got cleanup man. No. Was that Hayes? Yeah, that was Hayes. So we got this 2-hole hitter, which is Diego Castillo. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the 5th. Got a chance to push some runs across, and why I swung at that, I don't know. That would describe my hitting approach currently. What are you doing? I don't know. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside with a sinker. There's that brisk 111 with runners in. Ooh, slider just catches the bottom of the zone. It's 1-2 now. Whatever I do not want to hit into a double play. I do not want to waste this opportunity. So, can already tell you what's going to happen on this at bat right here. Well, excuse me. He gets thrown out at first, but a run does come across, so we've cut the lead in half. It's 3-2 now, with 2 runners in scoring position now for the 3-hole hitter, Brian Reynolds, who's 0 for 2 on the day, lowers his average down to 318. If he can get a single here, we can get the lead. Still on veteran plus on the hitting, so got 8 doubles with him, so if he plugs the gap, we will take the lead. So we're back, got up over 60 pitches now. The 64th getting ready to come right now. Circle change catches the bottom of the zone. 1-1 now. And I twitched on that one. If I'd have swung at that, I'd have just pounded it into the dirt and ground it out. So it was probably a good thing I didn't swing at that. Here comes a 1-1 delivery. Check swing. No swing, says the umpire. 2-1 now. Come on. Give me something up so I can drive it. He gave me something up. Did I get enough of it? And it's going to get over his head. It's up against the wall, and that's going to knock in 2. And Reynolds pulls into second with a 2-out, 2 RBI double to give the Buccos the lead here in the 5th, 4-3. So, got that pitch up and got it over the center fielder's head. 1 hop the wall. And just like that, Pittsburgh's back on top. But see how much work we've got to do to get runs. Vogelbach rips one foul past first base. I swear Vogelbach just looks like a beer league softball player to me. Not that that's a bad thing, but because he can hammer the ball when he hits it. Oh my goodness, that was a horrible swing. At 1 in the dirt, got Newcomb and Thompson up in the bullpen for the Cubbies. A lefty and a righty. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Mills. Back up the middle, through for a base hit, and that's going to score Reynolds. Around 30 comes, and it's 5-3 now. A 2-strike, 2-out RBI single for Vogelbach. And that extends the lead to 5-3. So they pushed 4 across here in the 5th. So didn't hit it real hard, but he hit it in the right spot. So Tucker steps in, takes a sinker down the middle for called strike 1. Do a double play his last time up after Vogelbach had walked. Checks Vogelbach and the 0-1 pitch. Oh, through Swindell. Can he beat him to the bag? No. Swindell recovers and tosses to Mills covering to retire Tucker. But it's a good inning for the Buccos. They push across 4 and take the lead by 2, 5-3. Frazier, Simmons, and Madrigal due up for the Cubbies. So that was a good round there. That was a good round. I'm not going to complain about that at all. So, my name's Rob. Thanks for coming in, checking out the stream. I hope you're having a good hump day. It is the middle of the work week. If you're a Monday through Friday grunt like me, Sinker over the inside corner, called strike one. Just waiting for the in-between season between football and baseball to really get here. Spring training is in session, so it's not that far away. But unfortunately, I won't be able to watch my hometown team because I've got YouTube TV and they don't have Bally Sports, which is who broadcasts the Royals. And now YouTube TV doesn't have MLB Network or MLB TV as an extension, so MLB TV, MLB period, just loves to try to make it difficult for people to see their product, and I'm really freaking tired of it. Really freaking tired of it. So I've had YouTube TV for a couple years, so basically it's been 2 years without watching the Royals. So thanks, Bally. Thanks, Sinclair Broadcasting, you putzes. And then they took on too much debt, and now they're going bankrupt. So maybe something good will come out of that, and we'll be able to get rid of the. Well, Major League Baseball, for one thing, needs to get rid of their stinking antiquated blackout rules. They're just absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's bad enough here, and oh geez, another one way back there. Double off the wall, so I should pay attention instead of running my yap. Andrelton Simmons, please. All right, now brings up Nick Madrigal. So should I walk him? I need to get somebody up in the pen because I am just not pitching well with him. So let's we'll get Anthony Banda up. Ooh, across the first, almost made a bad throw. But that's a 6-3 put out. Runner stays put at second, so 2 out. Man in scoring position. As Bryce Wilson tries to make it through 5. Rafael Ortega steps in. He's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. Hitting 300 on the season with a pair of dingers and 9 RBIs. Just kind of trying to work around this 1-out double. See if we can't strand him a second. Reynolds is going to jog over to right center. Settles under it, squeeze it for out number 3. So the 1-out double doesn't come around. Got Marcano, Gamel, and Zawinski due up for the Bucks as we head to the 6th. 5-3 Buccos. So we will see what happens. All right, Sean Newcomb comes in. New pitcher for the Cubbies. And there's the commentators, which you can't hear because I've turned them pretty much off. I almost always turn the commentators off on MLB The Show, and it doesn't matter if it's on Diamond Dynasty, franchise, whatever. They annoy me generally most of the time. So it is what it is, but all right, so we got a 5-3 ball game here in the 6th. And he hits Marcano with a curveball. Obviously no intent there, so lead off hit by pitch, and that brings up Ben Gamel, who singled and scored on the game on Veteran Plus, but we're inching up on All-Star on the hitting difficulty. Fastball at the knees, called strike 1. Dodgers leading the West. There's a surprise. All right. Checks the runner at first, and the pitch. Fouls it off. Counts 0-2 now. Oh, pardon me. Alright, we're going to pause this for a second. I'm going to take a drink. Alright, back to live action. Sorry about that. Check swing. And he is out, as he could not hold up. So after the hit by a pitch, he strikes out the next man, and that brings up the 8th place hitter, Jack Sawinski. No, not Mr. Zielinski from Tommy Boy. That's not what I said. I miss Chris Farley. He was freaking hilarious. It's hit out into left center field. Is it going to drop? Is it going to drop? Yes, it gets past him. And that's going to be a double, but the runner's going to have to hold up at third as he had to make sure it was actually going to not get caught. So second, third, one out. A nicely placed double by Sawinski. His 4th extra base hit. His 4th double of the year, I should say. He's actually got 5 extra base hits. So he didn't miss it by much, but it just kept drifting away from the center fielder. Kept slicing away, slicing away. Look at that pretty swing. And there haven't been too many pretty swings with me and the Pirates this franchise. That's a hard hit to third. Runner at second stays, but the runner at third comes on in, and so it's a RBI ground out, and we're doubling up the Cubbies right now, 6-3 with 2 outs in the 6th. So not doing too horribly bad at the moment, especially after giving up those 2 solo homers back in the 3rd, I believe. Maybe it was the 2nd, I don't know. One of the guys who actually does well with runners in scoring position is Brian Hayes, 364 with runners in that position. Curveball misses low, evens the count at 1-1. So we will see if we can't improve that here. Check swing catch is the bottom of the zone. Counts 1-2 now to Brian Hayes. The 1-2 delivery. Another curveball, this time in the dirt. It counts even at 2. So man on second, 2 outs. 6-3 here in the 6th. Newcomb sets, and the 2-2 delivery. Cutter misses low, and the count is full. Diego Castillo lurking on deck with his 186 average. Like I said, hitting very, very well with this team. That's why I went back to dynamic. And that's in the dirt for a walk. And the runner stays at first as the catcher smothers the ball in the dirt. So 2 on, 2 outs here in the 6th. That brings up Diego Castillo, who's 0 for 3, rounded out his last time. Got a pair of homers on the season, though, so he doesn't hit it often, but he hits it hard when he does. And that's a lazy fly ball out to right, and that's going to retire the side, but we get another run. Going to bring up Hap, Wisdom, and Contreras for the Cubbies in the bottom half. I kind of like the regional broadcast on this. That's one of the things I wasn't really sure I was going to like, but particularly with the Pirates, with the home runs, cannonball coming. Hopefully we'll see that in this game, but not going to count on it. Ooh, that was a very generous strike call there. Still got green on the energy, but we got a guy in a pin in case anything goes sideways here. Anthony Banda, which means I should probably go back out there. And let's see, yeah, he's warm, so I'll just put him ready and waiting. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. Circle change, misses the bottom of the zone. Counts 1-2 now to the 3-place hitter for the Cubbies, Bryce Wilson. Trying to get a quality start here if he can get through this inning. Although I don't know why you would consider 3 runs in 6 innings, a quality start, but, that's what has been decided on in Major League Baseball. So leadoff single for Happ. And that brings up Patrick Wisdom. He's already homered once on the day. Scored a pair of runs. All right. Pass a diving Tucker, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. And that's an RBI triple. And that's going to be all for Bryce Wilson. Patrick Wisdom is just killing the Buccos here tonight. No, that's not. No, I do not want to keep the changes. Or go to mound visit, bullpen, and Anthony Banda. Come on in. So man on third, nobody out. Now a 2-run game. Brian Reynolds comes in. And no advance by the third base runner. So 1 out here in the 6th. Just try to keep the score to a minimum here. Get Schwindel. Keep him on the infield or strike him out would be best, but fastball just misses ball 1. Wow. Getting squeezed here by the umpire. Counts 2-0 now. Curveball misses low. Being careful with the 6th place hitter. Jason Hayward's on deck. Oh, that's curveball laced out the center. Reynolds is there. Here comes the throw home. Not in time, not even close, and it's a 1-run game. So Schwindel did what I didn't want him to do. Got the ball in the outfield. So with 2 outs here in the 6th, it's 6-5 Buccos as Jason Hayward steps in. So that's really poor pitching on my behalf. Should have tried to bust him in instead of throwing that curveball. Curveball catches his own, called strike 1. Really? He's got reverse splits? Okay. 417 against lefties. Fastball fouled out of play, and it counts 0-2 to the 7th place hitter for the Cubbies. Former Brave, former Cardinal. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's out in the right field. Sawinski is there and squeezes it for the 3rd out. But the Cubbies get a pair. To the 7th we go. It's 6-5 Buccos. Reynolds, Vogelbach, and Tucker do up for the Pirates. Let's see. So my name's Rob. Thanks for coming and checking out the stream. I do appreciate it. I hope you're having a good Wednesday evening. It's hump day for all us Monday through Friday grunts like me. And baseball season is officially here. College basketball and NHL are going to have to kind of keep us entertained until the official baseball season starts. Now that the NFL is over, I guess the XFL has started. The Battlehawks had a pretty good game the other day. Managed to get a win with some interesting rules in the XFL. Pop up to short, 1 out here in the 7th. So let's see here. We're probably going to need to get somebody up in the bullpen. Let's get we'll get him stretch and toss. And we'll get Peters warming up. Vogelbach steps in, 1 out, nobody on. Slapped reasonably hard, but foul down the 3rd baseline. As the 3rd base coach says, Olay. So they tell me they got 6 RBIs in a win versus the Twins, but then they show you that the Twins beat the Royals 4-2. Really? Really? Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Keegan Thompson. Fastball low. Counts 1-2 now to the cleanup man for the Buccos. Number 71 for the Cubs, but number 1 in your hearts. No, probably not. Who is the general manager for the Cubs now? I don't even know. Slapped hard to the right side. And Vogelbach almost got thrown out at first. So an infield single for the lumbering Vogelbach. Checks the runner, and the first pitch to Tucker. Popped up foul and out of play down the left side. Like I said, I've always loved these unis for the Pirates. I really wish they would wear them on the road permanently. I think they're just freaking awesome. Chopped foul down the third base line. Counts 0-2 now to the 5th place hitter for Pittsburgh. So just want to play some franchise. Hopefully the changes. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and that retires the side. So the 1-out infield single for Vogelbach is erased on the double play to Tucker. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Buccos by 1. Obviously not what I wanted to do. Obviously. So. Alright. Who do we got? Well, we've got Peters ready if we need him, so. Fastball calls strike 1. Frazier's 0 for 2 on the day. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swings through a circle change, and it counts 0-2 now. To Clint Frazier. Not to be confused with Fraser Crane. I love that show. Frazier and Niles and Daphne and Martin and Eddie, the dog. Nice little lazy fly ball out to center. 1 up, 1 down here in the 7th. Andrelton Simmons, who doubled his last time up. Let's see if we can't keep him off base this time, shall we? That'd be a nice change of pace. Fastball called strike 1. Alrighty. And let's see. Oh, this is probably going to be a mistake, but I'm doing it anyway. Swings through a circle change, and it's 0-2. Got away with it. Alright. Here comes the 0-2 delivery to Simmons. Fastball misses high. Not even close. And here comes the 1-2 delivery to Andrelton Simmons. Nice little bleeder through the right side. A 1-out single. Cannot be giving up hits with 2 strikes. It's just not a good look. Alright. This is going to be your last batter. Then Peters is going to come in. Maybe Stratton. I'm going to go back to the bullpen. We're going to get Stratton warming up. Really don't want to bring him in yet. Curveball misses low. Ball 1. Changeup misses way outside. Ball 2. All right, we're going to do a mound visit. All right. 2-0 delivery. Lazy fly ball out to left center. Gamel's over. Squeezes it for out number 2. Gets it back in as the runner retreats to first. So 2 outs here in the 7th. We are trying to get out of this without giving up anything, but Rafael Ortega steps in.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps to give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Oh my goodness. It was a long day today. Oh, geez, right back up the middle. So a 2-out single. So it's first and second with 2 outs. And he just takes that curveball right back up the middle. Sure. It won't hit our pitcher. It'll hit their pitcher, but it won't hit our pitcher. I'm almost down to all-star level. All right. Let's see. Better against... I'm going to bring Peters in. All right. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Fastball. Called strike 1. So we are trying to get out of this little pickle here. New pitcher Peters. Very alliterative there. Positively perfection, Peter, Paul, and Mary. Oh. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Changeup misses outside. It's 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Hit hard to the right side. Sawinski comes up firing. Here's the throw home. In time. And that retires the side. 9-2 put out. As they sent the runner, but Sawinski came up firing. And that keeps the lead at 1 for now. As he just did tag him before he could hit the plate. To the 8th we go. 6-5 Pirates. That was not exactly the how I wanted to do that, but we got the out. Tucapita Marcano. Ground out, hit by a pitch. So got 3 lefties here in the 8th. First pitch from Thompson. Fastball misses high, ball 1. The 1-0 delivery to Tucapito. Late swing and fouled into the stands. Down the left side. Evens the count at 1-1 now. I really want something up to drive. And that's not it. Change up, down and in. Counts 2-1 now. Almost 41,000 here today to watch the Cubs and the Bucks play. Check swing. Cold strike at the bottom of the zone. Evens the count at 2-2. Here comes a 2-2 pitch from Thompson. Curveball just misses the corner. The count is full. Ben Gamel waiting on deck. So it's a 3-2 count. Thompson gets the sign. Swings through a changeup, strike 3, and there's 1 away here in the 8th. That was... You're seeing exactly why I am struggling batting right now. Oy, oy, oy. Curveball misses low and inside. 1 for 3 on the day. Single and a run. So we need base runners. We need to get some insurance runs because I do not trust my pitching either. One hopper to Madrigal at second, across the Schwindel at first, and it's a 4-3 putout. So 2 away here in the 8th. And that brings up Jack Sawinski. Old Abner. Whenever somebody makes a good play in one half, comes up then. Fastball up and in. The 1-0 pitch from Thompson. Fastball just misses the bottom of the zone. It's 2-0 now to the 8th place hitter for the Bucks. Yeah, I haven't taken the tags off this hat yet. Literally just got it in the mail today. Fastball misses way outside, and it's 3-0. The 9th place hitter lurking on deck. If he gets on, I may pinch hit with Perez. He's had pretty much a full day's rest. Fouls off the fastball. Counts 3-1. It was up. Hit hard down the third base line for a base hit. Can I get past him? No. So we're not going to push it. But a 2-out single here in the 8th. And that will bring up the 9th place hitter, Andrew Knapp. Now, if he was on second, I would consider pinch hitting with Perez. But since he's not, and he doesn't have a whole lot of speed, I don't really want a chance getting him thrown out. First pitch to Knapp. Cutter just misses low, 1-0. Hopefully, Knapp can get on, and we'll bring up Brian Hayes, and we can get a run or two. That'd be nice. That'd be ideal. Which means it probably won't happen, because that's not usually how. And that's a nice little pick by Schwindel across the first unassisted. And the 2-out single comes to naught. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Wisdom, Contreras, and Schwindel due up for the Cubbies. All right, so Stratton, you are coming in. Already his 8th appearance of the year. All right, so we need to get the bullpen. We need to get Bednar. We're going to stretch and toss because this inning is going to be Stratton's no matter what. Well, unless he just completely chokes up a lung or something. But the way I pitch sometimes, that's an entire possibility. First pitch strike. So here comes the 0-1. That is nowhere near where I was aiming that pitch. Okay. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 away here in the 8th. Good start to the inning. What we needed, what we got. Slider, 4-seam, slider. Not a bad sequence there, if I do say so myself. All right. First pitch to Contreras. Curveball just misses low, ball 1. 5th place hitter for the Cubbies. He's 2 for 3 with a homer, double, and 2 RBIs on the day. Raising his average up to 238 on the season. 1-0 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. So maybe, just maybe. Curveball misses low. 2-1 now. Let's see here. Ooh, called strike 2. Thank you for the generous strike zone there, umpire. And it's 2-2 now. To the Cubs backstop. Slider called strike 3. He's giving me both sides of the plate, and Contreras is not happy. And I can't blame him. Neither one of them were inside the zone. borderline at best, but I am not going to complain. At least not while it's being, wow, difficulty decreased? How did, I got a strikeout and the difficulty decreased. I don't understand that. Alrighty then. Change up misses low, ball one. To Frank the Tank. Fastball taken at the letters, called strike one. Evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Curveball swung at and missed. It was well out of the zone. It was over in the other batter's box. It's 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. Just got a piece of that slider. Stays alive. Count remains 1-2 with 2 outs here in the 8th. I'm going to throw that pitch again, to be honest with you. He dug that one for a called ball, and it counts even at 2-2 now. All right, the 2-2 pitch on its way. Fastball fouled back. Count stays at 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Curveball just got a piece of it. And he's battling here. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Fouls it back. Count stays at 2-2. Hopefully this is gone in the next year's version. But swing and a miss, strike three, and that retires the side. So he couldn't hold up on that slider. 1, 2, 3, 8. To the 9th we go. Buccos need some insurance. 6-5. So, my name's Rob. Thanks for coming in and checking out the stream. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. It is Franchise Wednesday with the Pirates, as we're just playing some MLB The Show 22. Waiting for MLB The Show 23 to drop in roughly a month. Early access starts on March 24th. I've pre-ordered. Have you? Have you? Let me know. Top of the lineup up, and the hitting difficulty has decreased, and the way I've been hitting, that's not a surprise. Fastball misses inside and low, ball one. Cody Hewer, the new pitcher for the Cubs. Number 12 in your program, number 1 in your hearts, allegedly. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Fastball over the outside corner, 1-1. See, I need to have a good approach. I need to look for one spot until I get the 2 strikes, and then it's protect. But that's my problem. I've been just not having good approaches, and luckily I've gotten 6 runs this game. But one hop to the second baseman Madrigal across the Swindell, and that retires the leadoff man here in the 9th. 1 up, 1 down. And that brings up Diego Castillo. We will see what happens here. 0 for 4 with a flyout. Yes, I know the difficulty has decreased. What is it decreased to? Oh. That was not a good swing as he pops it up to Swindell. Brian Reynolds steps in. Had that big 2 RBI double earlier in the game. Yes, I know, the difficulty has decreased. Stop it. Apparently I can't go any lower. I don't know. Or if it keeps decreasing, I might be on a, what is it, beginner? 1-0 pitch coming up to run. I can't talk. Wow. Called strike low. Wow. Alrighty then. 1-1 to count to Brian Reynolds. Hoyer gets a sign from Contreras. The 1-1 pitch. That was my pitch to hit, and I missed it. That was the pitch to hit, and I missed it. And oh no, I didn't set Bednar to warm up, so he's probably not warmed up yet. Yep. Alright, warm up. That was just a boneheaded. That was boneheaded by me. I wasn't paying attention. We're going to go mound visit, go to the bullpen. He's almost ready. Hopefully this isn't going to come back to bite me. Fastball misses low, ball 1. Oh my goodness. That was just me not paying attention. This is one of those moves that would get Buck Showalter roasted. And I should be getting roasted right now too, because that was just absolutely silly. 2 hops to Vogelbach. He takes it to the bag. 3 unassisted, so 1 up, 1 down here in the 9th. And Nico Horner is going to pinch hit. And that's going to be all for Chris Stratton, as David Bednar is going to come in and try to finish out this game. His 8th appearance of the season. He's got 6 saves and 7 opportunities. So we will see what happens here. Curveball misses low. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball foul back, 98-mile-an-hour heater. Horner could not quite get around on it. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Bednar. Swings to the splitter, and it counts 1-2 now. The 1-2 delivery. Takes a curveball low. Counts even at 2-2 now. Fastball foul back, 96-mile-an-hour here. Couldn't quite catch up to it. So let's see here. Fouls back another high fastball. Count remains 2-2. Horner making Bednar work right here. Over to Tucker. Easy play over to first to Vogelbach. And it's a 4-3 put out. There's 2 away here in the 9th. So the Bucks got a chance of getting the win here after falling behind early. Andrelton Simmons steps in. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a single on the day. Alright, apparently there's a glitch going on with the difficulty on the dynamic, but that's alright. Splitter just misses inside, ball 1. Really don't want him to get on it. Fastball called, strike 1. 1-1 now to count. Swings to the splitter. It's 1-2. 1 strike away from a win here for the Buccos. Lazy fly ball out to left. Gamel's there and squeezes it for the 3rd and final out. The Buccos hang on for a 6-5 win here at Wrigley. Nothing like keeping it interesting, huh? So the franchise continues with a win this time. Haven't seen a whole lot of those on the stream. But that 4 spot in the 5th wound up being the difference in the game. So there's Patrick Wisdom going yard back in the 2nd, I believe. Then Wilson Contreras right after him. There's a nice little 4-6-3 double play. Here's a nice play as Nowinski threw out the runner at the plate. kept it a 1-run game at the time. And there's the final out of the day. Wilson gets the win, his first of the year. Bednar gets a save, his 7th. Vogelbach 3 for 3 with a homer and a pair of RBIs. Reynolds 1 for 5 with a double and a pair of RBIs. Knapp 1 for 3 with an RBI, and Jack Sawinski 2 for 4 with a double, and that all-important outfield assist. Wilson gets the win, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, 4 earned runs. Mills takes the loss, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 earned runs. And Vogelbach was the player of the game. So there you have it. That was a win on, hasn't happened very much. So my name's Rob. I hope you had a good time tonight. Hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday. I'm trying to figure out what my stream schedule is going to be. Right now I'm working on finding another full-time position. I currently have a job right now, but I'm looking for another one, so I'm trying to get that situated. Once I get that situated and know what my schedule will actually be, I'll probably have an updated schedule on my Twitter page, which is 50 plus KC Gaming. On Twitter, just look for 50 plus KC Gaming, and you can check out the schedule here on my YouTube page too. Right now it just shows TBA, as I really do not know at this current moment. But what I'll probably be playing is this. Well, Major League MLB The Show 23 once it drops, but The Show 22 and Destiny 2 probably might make an appearance here and there. So if you like either one of those, if you like Destiny 2, come check it out. I'm not like I said, I'm not the best player, but like to have fun doing it. So it's Wednesday night. Hope you all have a good evening. And before I go, it's you might want to check out the Parkinson's page for as most of you know, and if you don't, you're going to find out right now. But my wife was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's a few years ago, so the Parkinson's Research Foundation is a cause that is very personal for me and my wife. So if you would go check out the Parkinson's, I believe it's Parkinsons.com. I'll double check that the next time I'm on and have a better. Here, just give me just a second right here. I'll just go ahead and just see if I can find it real quick before I leave. Parkinson.org. www.parkinson.org. Check it out. See if there's anything you'd like to contribute, donate, volunteer time, whatever touches your heart to do. And me, my wife, and everybody else that's been touched by Parkinson's would greatly appreciate it. No pressure. If you do, great. If you don't, that's fine too. I understand. But just keep it in mind, if you would, please. I would appreciate it. With my wife. And on that note, I will talk to you all later. Hope you all have a great Wednesday. And that's it for tonight. Peace.